Hi, Liana, how are you? Hi, Liana, how are you?
Hello.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Today we'll get started to work on the project, okay? So let's actually work on video first, okay? Let's watch a video first. This one is the APCSP performance task change this year. They'll talk about what is original format and what is the current format, okay?
Hi, this is Jane from Kobe. Big changes happening.
I'm sorry, can you hear it?
Announced that this year,
Yeah.
the APC's principles,
Let me
performance
make it
test,
the
and
loudest.
course exam are changing. In this video, we'll look at the big changes and go over strategies for how we can best prepare for this. Here's a quick overview of the changes. Previously, students created a program, wrote a written response, and
Shani, you
video
wait
of the
a little bit,
program
okay?
functioning, then submitted the written response
Okay.
and the
You
video
get started
to
yourself.
the digital portfolio. Now, students need to submit 3 things: the program code, the video, and instead of the written response.
Okay. So AP CSP exam, you need to prepare the program code. That's actually a program. So that's assume that you use the code.org. Okay, and then you need to write a PDF to answer some questions. And then prepare a video of how to operate your program. Okay, is that okay so far?
Yeah.
And then the end of year exam will be multiple choice question. This one is 70%. This one is 30%. This one is the original format. Okay, now they changed.
Students submit something called the personalized project reference, which consists of screen captures of lists and procedures. Now, why is this required? Because in addition to the 2-hour multiple choice end of course exam, an additional hour has been added where students are asked to write their written response during the exam live.
Okay, so
how
the
will
new
they
format
need to
is that originally you write a written response in your PDF. Okay, you write it and you submit it for 30%. But because a lot of students cheating, so what they make it is that, okay, they don't want you to write it before the exam. They want you to, in the exam day, write 1 hour of the written response. So this one was moved to the exam day. So exam was originally 2 hours, now becomes 3 hours, including 2 hours for multiple choice, 1 hour for written response. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, in order to do that, you still need to develop your program, still need it. Video of how to operate your program still needed, but you need to also prepare a PDF to write down what is about your program. For example, listing your program line by line, something like that, okay?
Okay.
So these are the new style.
the response without their project code? Well, during the exam, they'll have access to, wait for it, personalized.
So in the exam, you are open, they will give you this, your PDF, they'll give you this, and you can read this in the exam. But you need to answer the question based on your own code.
Okay.
project reference they uploaded to the AP digital portfolio in the previous month. This is such a smart assessment approach. Students can use ChatGPT all they want to create their projects. However, at the end of the day, they're going to have to explain their code using their own words and their personalized project reference. The written response.
Okay, we'll come back to this video later, okay, some other time. But right now, that's because it's too long. It would be not necessary because it's come to some detail of how those detailed section, how to prepare them. We are not yet there yet, okay? So for you, what I want you to do is right now to think about your program. What you want to do in code.org. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what I want you to do, and you think about it, and then what I want you to do is put them into the Google Doc, write it down. So what is needed is like, okay, number one, no game. You cannot write a game. They don't welcome a video game. Number two, they encourage you to be educational. So let's assume that there is one student in like 2 years, 3 years ago. He actually developed a currency exchange program. So on his top page, you can choose like US dollar to say, let's assume that this one is like Japanese dollar. And then you click convert and you go to the next page. And you show one USD dollar converted to how many Japanese yen. Something like that. And then you can go back to change different country, from country and to country. And you can continue to do that. So that's one project a student do it before. Is that okay? Diana, is that okay? Hear me?
Yeah.
There is another student. He work on AP CSP physics. So he want to see a ball hit a wall and rebound. So he actually have some panel right here. You can calculate the elasticity. So how smoothly it can bounce back, and then how many one it keep bouncing like that. Or you hit a wall here, you bounce back this way. Okay, and then he calculate the speed and everything based using the AP physics formula to do that. Okay, so this is another project. Now, for you, I don't know what you want to do. Anything is okay. AP physics, AP chemistry, biology, finance, anything educational is okay. Some people work on the vocabulary testing, but I think that one is already been used by a lot of people. You need to come up with your own idea. Now, using Google Doc to draw down your pages. So that's the thing you have, you're using code.org. So you have screen 1, screen 2, screen 3, screen 4, whatever. And the screen 1, you should show whatever in there, and you click what you go to the next one. And then you do something, and then you play ball and whatever, and you go to the next one. And then screen 3 will go back to screen 1. Something like that. Can you do that right now before you go to the code.org?
Yeah.
Come up with the idea and then draw everything in Google Doc. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And if the program is feasible, I'll let you get started for code.org. Okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'll change to Shani. Shani, your turn. So, Liana, you get started, okay? While your A less than 3, you actually return B. Return A.
Because it's supposed to return, like if A was 2,
Your
then
A is length is 0, you return this. This doesn't work. A length is 0, you return the B, first two elements in B. So you need to read the problem carefully. So what happened is like you have to think about it. If your A is 2 element, then you will have A0, A1 return. Let's see. Okay. If A is only one element, you will have A0 and the B0. A length is 0, you will actually return B0 and B1. No, it's not plus. It's an array of these two elements.
oh,
Array of these two elements, not plus together. This one, you don't need to do this. You just return, because when there's only 0, you actually just return. Your problem is here. This one is not equals 2. It actually is when you greater equal to, you will return new integer array. You have to read the problem carefully. You not really understand this problem, right? Your problem right now is reading. You need to make sure you understand the problem.
okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, you keep working on it, okay? Let me go back to Liana. Liana, your turn. Liana, your turn. You have any idea right now?
I just what I planned. Like on the first screen, they like input like their current grade or GPA and their class or school, and then like after they input it, they like press enter and it brings them to
Liana, this project, let me tell you. It is okay to, this one is education, that's good. But the problem is, this one is called create performance task. Do you think your program is very creative? GPA and grade, I think it's like 1,000 years old program. Not going to be a impressive project. You are not going to get a high score in creativity. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You cannot create a project that's no creativity. People just look at it. You just copy from somewhere, or it is so easy, nobody just look at it. So GPA calculation is a project that a lot of homework in APCSA, APCSP would do. Then it's not a good project for this create performance task. So redo it, okay? Forget about this one. Redo it, okay? I'll come back later.
Okay.
Next one, let me have Shani, your turn. No, that's wrong. So Shani, you have maybe A length is 0, maybe B's length is 0, maybe both. Which one should be put on the first line? A equals 0, B equals 0, or what?
Both.
Yeah, both need to be on the first line. So put both on the first line. Return what? An array of no element? How to say that? How to say an array of no element?
Just
No
not-
need for that. You just put a 0 in there. That's equal enough. No need to. Just new integer. No, just put new integer 0. With a 0 in there. Yeah, that's it. This one is not an array. This is not an array. This is only one element. Okay, that's it. It's okay?
Yeah.
One more. Let me move up a little bit. Let me see. Go to 1 up 2. 1 up 2 is easier than large 2 array 2. Is for 1 up or label 2. So how to repeat a string for n time?
Make a loop and then add that.
Yeah. Make a look and do it. Go. Okay, good job. Let me go back to Liana. Liana, your turn.
I didn't figure out what my next idea is.
You haven't figured out what subject you like most.
Science.
Which science? Biology or chemistry?
Well, biology and chemistry.
So there is one student who work on a project. So you give me look. So there's a box. Let's assume that give me a atomic symbol. Let's assume that you give me a carbon, and then you created a second chart. That created a carbon Lewis structure. Lewis structure. I think it's 4, right? Is it 4? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So one student did that. I didn't say that you should do this one, but that's one idea. So you have to think about your something that actually interests you. So there's another student who work on a biology project. So he worked on a rabbit and fox. So fox may eat the rabbit, and then if fox do not have enough fox, then rabbit will grow, and fox may die if there's no rabbit to eat. So something like a birth and death problem, and to simulate the ecosystem of the fox and rabbit. There's another person who work on this. So you have to think about it. That's some idea I can give you. You don't need to be the same as other people, but you cannot say those kind of easy tasks such as GPA. I think that's actually too easy. I don't think you will get a high score. You think about it, okay?
Okay.
But you cannot do video game. You cannot say, okay, let's do this. Let's work on the block picking game like tuk, 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 tuk. That's not okay. People already did that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You think about it, okay? I just give you some idea. Go back to Shani. Shani, your turn. This one you should use a conditional statement that will be easier. So right here, don't call it word, call it S3. The first three letter string. So is if str.length less than 3, then you return str itself, otherwise you return str the substring of 03. Then you don't need to do if. Your first three letter already defined. Either it's str, it be less than 3, or if not, then it would be the first three character. Okay, continue. Okay. You know why I call it S3? S3 because it's the first three letter string. Is that okay?
Yeah.
One more time. One more problem. You directly using str substring I and I plus 2 that equals xx. That's easier. I plus 2. Yeah. No. I comma I plus that equals xx. You don't want to use character add. This you are writing exactly the same as character add. You actually just do this.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jenny, you forget a lot of things. Must pay more attention to coding, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think you know it, but somehow you don't practice it enough. Counter increased. return counter at the end. Missing parentheses. Okay. Go back to the end now. Liana, your turn. Liana, you get some idea?
For the well, like I like this is for like chemistry or like stoichiometry or like they like input the amount and then the unit and the reactants and products they're used that they're for their question, and after that like the second string it converts it to moles, that makes like a balanced chemical equation, so it shows like the mole ratios they need to find the final answer, so like shows the steps for them to find the answer, and then the final screen just converts it to the unit and amount that the original question asked.
So you want to input the chemical grains and more or molecules and the unit and the reactant and product. And what do you want to get up for output?
Like if they want to convert like 10 grams of hydrogen to the amount of moles in like carbon, and that's the question they ask, then it like it like uses these steps and converts it to moles.
So let's assume that I actually want to have 1 gram of the hydrogen, and then it converted to what? Half mole of the hydrogen gas?
Yeah, and then it like after you
Okay,
input the
okay. I don't exactly know what you are trying to do, but it's okay. Finish your steps and then draw the diagram, because with diagram, I know what you want to do better, okay? Sounds okay, but you have to work out, make sure this is a meaningful project, okay?
okay.
Okay, this one let me have Shani. Shani, your turn. Minus what? No, this one actually you are looking for if there is a XX, but that's not what they are asking for. What they want is that the first X, they may have multiple X, may later have XX, but this later SS is of no use. They will say first X, if we follow by Y, then you return false. If the first X and followed by X, you return true.
Okay.
So this is different from the one that you see before, not using the character of two. You only check one character. No, don't make it too complicated. You are making it too complicated. This one you check single character. So let's just do one character. Let's just use a character at. You have substring, you use substring. Don't make things too complicated. You detect the first X first.
Okay.
Don't put a lot of things into one if. That will make things too complicated. One more problem. Don't try to create a big if statement. That just makes things very unmanageable. Why you manage to?
So it won't be out of bounds.
You won't be out of bound. You neighbor just don't do the -2. It's not necessary. Go. Your problem is I equal 0, not I double equal 0. You see? Okay. Go back to Liena. Liena, your turn. Liena, can you show me? Yeah.
Do like the first screen, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's like I put a box or like multiple boxes, and they like, well, there'll be 4 boxes, but they will
You
input
draw
the
exactly how you would draw on the coda of. Don't just put, oh, I have 4 boxes. You want to say?
yeah.
This is your planning part. We want you to plan your project well before we get started. So this one say a month, and this one say unit or whatever. Okay.
So the first box will be the amount they input.
Just draw exactly what the user will see on the coda or. So what I will say is actually, let's do this. On my top page, maybe I'll do this, I'll say chemistry lab project, right? And then amount. You need to show exactly what the game is and reactant and then whatever. Don't put a long statement. That's not what you want user to see. Put whatever the user will see, the exact screen that you will actually want the user to see. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll come back to look at other pages, okay? Make sure you go through every page. Okay, you continue. This one, let me have Shani, your turn. Shani, I'm not going to interrupt you until you run it, okay?
Okay.
I want you to struggle. So what are you trying to do?
Um, like two for loops, and then one of them is like the index of string, and then the other one is like the amount.
The other one is also index of string. To me,
Like how much?
what I want you to do is like you have a word called code. So you will do code COD, and then CODE. So I don't do this, I don't do index. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, you want to create a string of the first length number of character. You don't need for loop. You just need this. You make it too complicated. Is there a for loop needed? No, there's no needed for for loop. So there's no loop needed for index at all.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So why you go into that index struggle with index? And why I avoid it? You have to see the difference. Okay?
Okay.
Analyze the problem is a code, C, CO, COD, COD. So they already teach you the length of the substring keep increasing. Using that feature to do the coding, okay? Don't try to use index. Go to the index, you are too tedious. Okay?
Okay.
Go back to Liena. Liena, your turn.
So first page will tell them to put the
First page, you
emphasis
still need to tell people what program it is. For example, you actually need to tell people this is Animal Paradise. It's a Hawaii trip planner. Something like that. Don't just put the technical terms. Okay? Yeah, something like that, okay? You can create a fancy name, do not have to be a technical name like stock, whatever. For example, I can call it chemistry witch. Something like that. Do not have to be exactly your equation converter. Don't do that. That's actually not a software program. So for example, some people use to create a game, we call it Age of Empire, right? You don't tell people this is a simulation game of simulating the medieval armies fighting. You don't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Use a brand name, Coca-Cola. You don't tell people this is sugar and water stirred together for 3 minutes. You don't say that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you continue, okay? I'll be back. Go back to Shani. Shani, your turn. So the end, you do not have to fix today, okay? You keep doing it, keep brainstorming, finish every screen you want to design. Once you finish, let me know. We can go over it again. And then if I say, okay, you can get started to do the project, okay?
Okay.
What I'll help you to look at is that if that project difficult enough, creative enough, okay, can be can use enough program structure or no, okay? That's those kinds of things I will look at. That's not needed. Comma and beyond not needed. Sub is needed, but the comma, str the length is not needed.
No.
This is I plus 2, not I plus 1. You will have some mistake, but it's okay. This one okay. But here is the problem is right here. You keep doing that, and then the last high will not be counted. So what you would do is actually you keep doing it until the last two will be counted. So the last one you would do it is actually up to here. So this one is I minus 1, str the length minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So this one is I less than str the length minus 2.
Oh, okay.
So here should put a minus 2. Go. You still have one problem. The length of 1 and 0 you did not handle. So if put on the first line, less than 2, the str length less than 2, return 0. You put after the strs this sub, then this one already out of bound.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, continue. At the end of your turn. Yeah, something like that. You keep doing it, okay? Finish every screen. And then we can discuss whether it's okay or not, okay? Keep doing that. And then you also need to write a program statement, the program purpose. What is the purpose of your programs? And also you need to describe every block, your program structure. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you show all the screen first. Program purpose, you can do that later, okay? Yeah. Keep that, okay. Okay, keep doing that. And then once you finish this one, you can send it to me and we can go over, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you're up to here today, okay? Next one, go back to Shani. Shani, your turn. The end of the project due is April 30th, 2026, okay?
Okay.
So you have February, March, April, 3 months to work on it. I want you to finish it early so you can have time to prepare for the for your multiple choice. If that's okay, just go, okay? Okay. Any questions so far, both of you?
No.
Okay, I think we are up to here today, okay? Is that okay? Shani, any question?
No.
Okay, for Shani, you still need to work on more problems, okay? You still feel like you kind of lack of practice, so after a few days you may forget something. Okay, that's normal. Okay, that's normal for student that do the first year coding, serious coding. That's very typical,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to dive into the coding more. Okay, that's what I can suggest. For the end, you are doing okay, and make sure every page is pretty easy to understand and people know how to use it and also meet your purpose, okay? And let me know when you finish the draft, okay? Good night then, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.